Let's talk a little bit about VetsRoll and some other things. Nat, how are you this morning?
Fine, thank you. Having a good day.
Tell us about you.
I'm a director of the Rockford Choral Union. I am a retired Rockford school teacher. I'm an associate pastor, retired as well. Other than that, I don't do much.
You're just sitting around, are you?
Just sitting around doing nothing.
You don't strike me as a guy who sits around very much.
Hardly.
We were talking about VetsRoll. And one of our fine staff members, Priscilla, her father-in-law went along on this most recent one that you guys just got back from. And she could not tell me enough good things about how this went off. About the care that was taken, about the plans that were made, about how every contingency was thought about ahead of time. You talk about a well-oiled machine. VetsRoll would be your picture of that.
Exactly. You know, Mark Finnegan started this about 8 or 9 years ago, I think, and I think it was because his dad was wanting to go back to Washington, D.C. and see some of the memorials that had a lot of memory for him. And when he began this, it kind of started small. Now it's grown to a big thing. They take about 11 or 12 buses. They just got back last night.
Right.
And all expenses paid for the vets. They have Rosies and male veterans, and these guys and gals, they are just overwhelmed by this experience. And I've talked to a few of them, and in fact, we have one of our singers in our choir that we're going to be doing in a couple days, and he said his dad is quite feeble. And he said, I just want to live long enough to be able to get there and one more time and to see these memorials and to bring back the memories of friends who have, some have gone on and some are still living, but they still have the wounds, emotional and physical, of war. It's really a great experience. Before,
the VetsRoll happened, before the honor flights happened and all that, the memorial going up, my dad, who was a World War II veteran, said to me, look, you think you can take a couple of days and get me out there? Clock's ticking, and I don't want to miss it. And, we luckily, we put it together, and I took him out there. They didn't have an organization where he could have gone with others who served like him. He was stuck with me. But nonetheless, he couldn't stop talking about how glad he was that he managed to work that in before the end.
It's a big deal.
It was a very big deal to him.
It really is.
Very big deal.
And they have about 150 volunteers, I guess, to go 11 or 12 buses, and they leave Sunday early in the morning and came back last evening, I guess around 9:30 or 10, had a big rally up in Beloit for these guys and gals, and they're just overwhelmed by it. And they have wheelchairs, they have all sorts of personnel to help these people. And it's such a meaningful experience for them. So
and a well thought out, like I was saying to you, when you have that many people, and when you look at the ages involved and some of the infirmities that would be involved, and some of the variables. They've thought about them. They've covered them, whether through trial and error or for looking at what other groups did and what went right and what went wrong. But seemingly, from what I've heard, they took everything that went right and applied it to this.
Yes, they really have. And we're honored to be able to, again, do a program. This is our third time that we're doing a program at Aldersgate United Methodist Church. And the purpose is to just say thank you to our vets and to remember those who have died over the years serving our country. And, we really can't say thank you enough or many enough times to these people who have really sacrificed everything that we can enjoy our freedoms. The fact that we can be here speaking on the radio without censor.
Say what we want.
Exactly. And that's the First Amendment right that we have. And our veterans have given themselves to preserve this. And this is a great thing. And that's why we're doing this program. It's not for us. Nobody gets paid for it. The offering that we'll be receiving goes totally to VetsRoll. And their budget, I think, is around $300,000.
Wow.
It's a big budget.
Oh, yeah. It can be easy.
Yeah, and they draw people from 20-some states, I think, that fly in, that come in and go on this trip with Mark and his crew.
And we want to keep doing that until every veteran who has wanted to go gets to go.
Exactly.
That's, I know, the ultimate goal was just, let's keep it rolling until everybody who wants to make the trip gets a chance to make it.
I think there's one on the trip this year that was about 100 years old.
Wow. Jeez. Wow.
And, a lot of courage.
You bet.
A lot of time on the bus, but then on and off, and they do have a lot of help. They have wheelchair people that can assist wheelchair people. They have doctors on board. They have nurses and all sorts of people that just
volunteer themselves to help out.
Exactly, and they pay their own way. The volunteers pay their own way.
Yeah, how about that?
Wow.
Yeah, no allowance
really
made for volunteers.
Yeah.
You want to come and volunteer, that's great, but you'll have to pony up for yourself, and people gladly do it. Now, the event that we're talking about is Let Freedom Ring, patriotic musical celebration, Aldersgate United Methodist Church. It's the third annual patriotic musical celebration. Give us some whys and wherefores. What time should people show up? What should they bring? What should they do? What do we need to know?
Well, just come. It's a casual event. It's a musical event, and we're doing a lot of patriotic stuff. The focus is on freedom, which we cherish. And of course, we have a segment where we honor the vets that are living, that are going to be there. We sing the 5 service songs, which they all enjoy. They just holler, and a lot of them wear their hats, their caps. And then we do spend a few moments to say thank you to those who have died over the years serving our country. And we do patriotic songs. We're doing Hooray for the red, white, and blue. You're a grand old flag. It's kind of a sing-along thing for some part of it. God bless America. And we're ending with Let There Be Peace on Earth. And it's a good number, I think, to conclude, because we're all looking for peace. And sometimes it's
in short supply.
It's a struggle to achieve it, but we're hoping for it.
Outstanding.
So
now, this happens on Sunday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Exactly.
So your time frame is perfect for everybody. Now, we're really doubly praying for good weather for you at this point.
We hope so.
Now, what do we do in case of inclement weather?
It's all indoors.
All indoors.
It's all indoors. There's adequate parking out there. It's wheelchair accessible. It's a straight shot into the sanctuary. And we appreciate Aldersgate Methodist Church as they're providing the venue for it.
Nice.
Rockford Choral Union is providing a lot of the singers. We have about 40 people that are able to free themselves up in this. It's a difficult weekend because people travel. They're going away on vacations, but a lot of them really feel committed to this and want to do this and really enjoy doing it. So I'm excited about it.
I can see why you would be.
Great opportunity.
And this is open to the public. You don't have to be a veteran. You don't have to be a veteran's family member at all. Maybe you have no connection whatsoever, but you'd like to show up and show your appreciation.
Exactly.
Or sing along.
Exactly.
Nat, are you one of the singers in the group?
I'm the director.
You're the director, okay.
Right. He's the one who yells, "Hey, you're flat."
You're a little bit.
I'm sorry, it's personal experience. I got yelled at a lot when I was in chorus. Hey, you're flat.
Men's and women's chorus, or are we doing just a men's chorus?
No, both.
Both.
It's mixed chorus.
Outstanding.
About 40 singers. On the back of our program, we have all the names of the people. And it's a great opportunity to say thank you.
All right, and a free will offering. If you want to dig down and drop something in, because they're going to take whatever it is you offer up and hand it right over to VetsRoll.
The bigger the better.
Yeah. Let's not be stingy here. You can hear some fine music and some people who are giving of their time and of their efforts for you. A little bit. And when you understand what VetsRoll, which by the way, go to VetsRoll.org if you want to learn more about the genesis of the program.
It's awesome.
How they do what they do, why they do it, where they do it, all those things. VetsRoll.org. You can learn a whole lot more. And believe me, after reading about that, you're going to want to go to Aldersgate. You're going to want to take part in this. You're going to want to offer up something and help them out.
Well, Mark will be there with us, and he'll be interviewed and again, answer questions. And I think before the program begins, we have a video of last year's trip. It's about a 16-minute segment, and it's really neat. It brings tears to your eyes.
There's not a dry eye in the house.
As you see what these vets experience and how emotional they become as they, go to the wall, as they look at some of the monuments and remember a lot of their buddies, some of them that they left behind, some in France and Italy and so on. But it's a great opportunity, again, to say thank you to our vets.
When my dad and I walked into the World War II Memorial, the first thing that happened is he reaches over, he puts an arm on my shoulder, and he goes, "Take a walk, boy," and gives me a push.
I don't need you here for this.
No, exactly. No, take a walk, boy. Yeah, okay. I love being in my 40s and being called boy, for one, and it was amazing how that little guy had a lot of shove in him at that point. And off I went, and then he made his way around, and he did it unaccompanied, and talked to a few other vets that were there, and then afterwards, he gave me the high sign that he was ready to go. So just seeing that was well worth it.
Yeah.
And when you look at all the people who've taken advantage of VetsRoll, who've
Yes.
been blessed by it, multiply that by the hundreds and hundreds.
Oh, exactly. I think the family members appreciate it too because they are so responsive. And I guess I haven't been up there when they returned, but I guess the crowd is phenomenal.
Yeah, the good
People
welcome
just
back.
cheering and having signs, and they have police escorts, and the flags are flying. You know, it's a great patriotic thing. It's
Absolutely.
Great to be an American.
And they deserve it.
Oh,
And that's the
most
other
certainly.
great thing.
Most
They
certainly.
deserve it.
Most certainly.
Let Freedom Ring Patriotic Musical Celebration. That's at Aldersgate United Methodist Church, Sunday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 4055 North Rockton Avenue. If people want more information, what should they do?
You can call me, 877-8721. The church is located just north of Riverside on North Rockton, right just south of what's that nursing home up there? Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Elevator Road up there?
No, it's below Elevator Road.
Okay.
It's a couple blocks north of Riverside.
Okay.
Easy
Outstanding.
access.
Oh, okay.
Easy access.
Can't miss it. Throw it into the Google machine. It'll tell you right into the parking
Exactly.
lot, and you'll be good to go. But remember, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. Matt, thanks a lot for what you do,
And-
what you're doing here, and what everybody who's joining you here is doing. We're thrilled that you took time out of your day to come in and hang out with us.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about this.
No problem.
We're glad to do it.
Appreciate it.